some new entree music. We're really having a ball with this thing. It's been a little bit, took some time off playing with the grandkids. Steve Levy, publisher of USC24x7.com. Got some blue stuff in my glasses reflecting off the computer, so I don't quite know how to get rid of that just yet. We'll figure it out, if ever. But here nor there, it has been crazy the past 30 days. Absolutely crazy. The machine that USC has built under the incredible leadership. Thank you again, Oklahoma. Lincoln Riley has put together a steady staff, a confluence of the law of attraction as far as building a reputation that leads to a brand coming back into focus in a very big way. There are some rankings on recruitment that show us in the top 10 again. So, I don't see us going down. I see us rising into the top 5 before this is all said and done. Verbal commitments are what they are. These kids are, if I was a kid these days and I had the type of 5-star notoriety that's out there, it would be hard to commit, to be honest. I think I would basically give everybody the same look, and I would try as hard as I could to maximize what I wanted as not only a player, but also, after football. What means the most to me after football? I mean, there are some schools that without a doubt, you get a Notre Dame degree, a USC degree, a Harvard degree, a Stanford degree. You're going places. You've got that to fall back on. But then finding the combination that leads to both coming to the middle, where you get both the academic prestige and the power of that network after your playing career, that's what you decide to do, is over, along with the fact that 3 or 4 years of college football was actually a lot of fun and maybe even brought you some team trophies and individual awards that maybe you don't get somewhere else. Would Caleb Williams have won a Heisman Trophy at Oklahoma? I believe he would have, had he been underneath the coaching and expertise of Lincoln Riley. Now, why the Sooners fans and the Sooners academic athletic department president couldn't keep Lincoln focused and happy, I don't know. I look at Norman and I look at Malibu. I don't think you can keep anybody happy when they're comparing those two. They're not the same. They're not the same. And I think they've got the right coach in Oklahoma in Venerable. He's perfect for them. And he will continue to lead the program into the top 20 and, basically get to certain bowl games, perhaps, but never top 10. Oklahoma will only be in the top 10 in the early parts of the season. USC, I think, is building this thing the right way. We started off with the desperation from the Clay Helton years, had to go to the transfer portal, and we did. And 11-1 going into the championship game and then the playoff or the bowl game. Speaking a little early there, huh? Slip of the tongue. I think last year was amazing. I had us with 4 losses during the regular season. I honestly didn't think that you could turn something around that was so broken by the Helton era that I honestly believed in Lincoln Riley's resume, but who the hell could do that? This was like a trailer burning and no one wanted to put it out. That's how bad it was. No one was showing up to the Coliseum. Nobody was interested in being at the practices. Couldn't go anyways. But here we are. So pretty exciting. The recruiting trail is deep, it's wide, and we're knocking them in one by one. Everybody that I think that USC is targeting USC has a shot at. We've brought in some 4-stars, some 5-stars. I think some pretty good 3-stars. I think when you build a team, you have to build it with a block work that has kind of a mix of all of the above, the star athletes, the workhorse athletes, and those that could be star athletes within a year. The 4 stars. 3 stars become 4 stars. Hell, 3 stars become 5 stars over time. So not so worried about, having too many of this or too many of that. I believe this coaching staff has done it. My only concern is the same as everybody's concern. Do we have a defensive coordinator that can recruit the right talent, develop the recruited talent, and then execute with that talent? That's an unknown. The offense, hands down, best I've ever seen. The best I've ever seen. Wide open, exciting. You could tell the players love playing in it. Defensive coordinators are losing their hair. That's why, when I think of, the USC defensive struggles or the special team struggles that we've had recently, and really just mostly last year, I think it was a lack of focus, quite frankly, not having a coach looking at special teams and being accountable for special teams. I think it does hurt you. I get why we're not doing that, but I think that hurts you. But the defense is practicing against this offense. And whether it's B's to 2s or 3s to 4s, they're playing against this offense. So why aren't they getting better? Why aren't they getting enormously better? It gets to physicality. It gets to hitting. And that's the thing that we started to see little by little start to change. And again, I think a lot of us are hearing this, right? We're not seeing it with our own 2 eyes. At practice every day. We get the best that we can get with the reports that we get out in the media. But when you put it all together, I don't care how far away you are physically from the program, on Saturday, God forbid on Fridays, thank you, Pac 6. Are we Pac 6 or Pac 8? I lost track. Then, in my opinion, you're starting to get to the point where physicality is back. Injuries will also occur, but I think injuries occur more during games when you're not physical in practice, when you're not hitting, when you're not going at full speed, and then suddenly you get hit full speed by somebody else. And boom, you're going down. You don't know how to absorb that pain. You don't know how to hit the ground properly because you haven't been hitting in practice. I think there's something to be said for that. I do believe that Lincoln Riley is bringing that back. We heard it from Clay Helton over the years. We never saw it. No pads November. Who does that? You take off 3 weeks in the winter break before a bowl game. Who does that? And now Georgia Southern's coming to the Coliseum soon. So a lot of people are mixed on that one. I don't think he should get that type of an invite. He's a nice guy, but he was the wrong guy for the job from day one. Everybody saw it. Everybody knew it. He was a decent quarterback coach at best. He was never going to be a special offensive mind coach, but maybe a position coach he could do and focus on one thing. He couldn't focus on 2 things or 3, let alone a team. So I can't wait for, reports to start coming out when fall camp starts on, who's moving up, who's moving sideways. Those sideways movements, when you start to look at players that you anticipated to be in the starting lineup or number 2s, if they're starting to shift sideways, and sideways to me means they're not making progress. Those are the trouble signs, right? Those are the anticipated future players of the team that are not developing as hoped from a timing perspective. So those are the things that I'm starting to get excited about, and I'll be focusing on during fall camp. Right now, it's kind of a quiet time outside of a pretty damn exciting movement on our recruiting. The law of attraction is definitely back at USC. There's no denying it. We have the utmost respect for everybody in the program that's touching the football program itself. I can't wait to start seeing a lot more activity in the fall camp and getting us to a point where this song is pissing off a lot of people. So I'm Steve Levy. I'm the publisher of USC 24x7, almost game day, right above my head. Those of you that are game day players, let's get you guys out to the site, USC24x7.com. Make sure you're registered. We have a brand new format for the game. We have added the Big Ten to the scheduling. The schedule is live. You can actually load all, I think it's 24 games this year to guess, to predict. I have not posted the dollar amounts of what will be paid out for first, second, and third. We've always paid out the top three. But I can give you a hint. It's going to be a lot more than last year. So we had 50 players at the start of last year. Our investor is hoping to see 100. There's your hint. We get to 100 and he wants to double the pool. So for those of you that played last year, go take a look at what was paid out last year. Go to game day. It's hit the menu button when you go to usc24x7.com. Hit the game day under the menu and click straight in. You'll see everything you need to see. You do have to be registered to get into game day. Why do we make you register? There's no price, there's no fee, there's no cost. This isn't gambling. This is a skills contest all the way through. But you have to register so that, guess what? We can give you the updates to the game and pay you. We have to have a means to pay you should you win or finish in the top three. So with that, I'll end this latest edition. Today is Juneteenth Day in the United States. For those of you that are observing the holiday, enjoy the day and remember what today is all about. Take care and fight on.